This is another example of before you reach judgment, make sure you get all the facts. Before you assume anything, let's listen to both sides. Too many times we've seen situations when people just assumed one way or the other only for it to be completely false or untrue. You see, the Odyssey Jones situation did not go how people expect because due to random weirdos on the internet, without doing any research or investigation, ruined a young man's career, ruined his reputation, and now he seeks to fight back via a lawsuit. But we're gonna have to work our way there. Obviously, there's a recent video of Odyssey Jones talking about filing legal paperwork against this individual. There's also other paperwork where he's got restraining orders against this person. And I'm not really sure where to begin on this one. I guess we could begin on in July of 2024. At this point, Odyssey Jones had been on TV for a long time. And people kept asking questions, where the hell is he? How does he have a job? He's not on TV. It was a running joke between Mark and Arlo and all of us. It's like, where the hell is Odyssey Jones? Like he's on the Raw roster. Where is he? he he's basically doing recruitment trips for WWE and helping with the NIL program at that point. So that's what he was doing when he wasn't being used on Monday Night Raw. And then in July, specifically July the 19th, an account pops up on Twitter called The Truth About Odyssey Jones. And this account still exists as of this recording. And July the 19th, this account begins to spam Odyssey Jones' account with allegations of domestic violence. I'm going to go through some of them. I'm going to go through all of them. The account didn't last very long. It clearly has some deleted tweets. But here is some of them. It says, were you aware he was being a woman beater while being gone for his birthday? This is tweeted directly at WWE, by the way, and Odyssey Jones. They says, post about the real, how you went on vacation and beat the woman you were with and wanted to play victim. Then it says, this person tweeted at him directly, why don't you post about how you beat women on your off days? Odyssey, again, tweeted at WWE and Odyssey Jones saying, Odyssey Jones is nothing but a woman beater and an abuser. And there are receipts to prove this as well. And then later, same day, all this going on the same day. Odyssey Jones is nothing but a coward and a woman beater. He has CTE and bipolar disorder and is a completely different person behind closed doors. Again, same day. Odyssey Jones stole my property and almost killed me while I was on vacation with him, and I come with proof. The tweeting at Odyssey Jones again should be sick of playing like you're not a woman beater. Then this person tweets at Odyssey Jones and WWE, say goes on vacation for his birthday, only to give the woman he was with a slight concussion and leaves her bruised up, has mental issues and pretends to mask it and cover it up. Odyssey Jones was ignoring. He wasn't responding to any of these tweets, by the way. Or if he did, he would have deleted them. But he was getting tweeted at again saying, WWE, your boy Odyssey Jones is an abuser and a woman beater, almost killed me on vacation. And then when fans would mention Odyssey Jones, this attack would continue. Odyssey Jones, CTE, woman beater. Or Odyssey Jones, CTE, woman beater, Jones. Or someone would say, if any kind of wrestling topic will go viral, this person would respond, adding Odyssey Jones and WWE. Odyssey Jones beating on a woman. Seen that one yet? Stay tuned. Odyssey Jones was showing pictures of some bruises. He got some wrestling. And This person said, kind of like the crazy bruises you gave me. Shocker. DNA all over it. And then this person continues, nothing but a woman beater. And I will no longer be quiet. Somebody asked Odyssey Jones, what are you doing? And this person responded on his behalf, busy putting his hands on women while on vacation and trying to keep me shut. WWE, back on May the 17th of 2024, wish Odyssey Jones happy birthday. This person responded to that tweet saying, left me bruised up and with a slight concussion while on vacation for quote unquote his birthday. And then it continued. WWE O Show, which is Odyssey Jones' Twitter account. The mental distress of your abuse needs to be known. Odyssey Jones is a woman beater and almost killed me while I was on vacation with him. I have every proof you need to back this statement up. The world needs to know the real Odyssey Jones. Omari Jahi Palmer is a woman beater. I could have died on vacation with him, and he wants to pretend like nothing happened and try to keep me shut up. This all happened in one day. This person was spamming Odyssey Jones is a woman beater on social media. Eventually, that kind of stuff gets people attention. So it takes a little while. Again, all this stuff comes out in July. And then here comes September. We're talking about 2 months later. At this point, Odyssey Jones on television. He's in the middle of a storyline with the New Day. All this stuff starts to become more talked about. Most notably because Odyssey Jones already has a reputation as being a quote-unquote transphobe. So everybody who disliked him already hated him. They were signal boosting these allegations that he was an abuser. And then it ends up with him getting fired from WWE. Well, technically, he disappeared. He disappeared for quite some time. And then Brian Alvarez made the revelation that he was told Odyssey Jones had been fired. And who knows what WWE received? We can always take it as maybe they got a formal complaint against Odyssey Jones or something like that. I mean, WWE usually sensitive about the situation due to the sex trafficking lawsuit and a bunch of other stuff that they're going on with WWE. So they're in a sensitive situation, which is fine. They kind of knee jerked, I suppose, and they sent Odyssey Jones packing, and he was gone for a while. Then all of a sudden, he was completely fired. Well, that's where it was for several months. In September, he was fired, and out of sight, out of mind. And then, out of nowhere, a couple of days ago, actually, and this will be January of 2025, Odyssey Jones comes out with a video where he addresses the abuse allegations. And he talks about he's taking legal action and and pretty much saying that he was the one that was abused, pretty much. So Odyssey Jones is a person that's been vetted. The entire internet decided that this guy was guilty of something. And that's suspicious to me always, because we live in a society where women have this ability and they often abuse it, where if you complain about domestic violence, people tend to listen and no evidence ever has to be put forward. And you can get fired from your job. You can lose everything you worked for off of an allegation. It shouldn't be that way, but that's how it is. All right. So once the video popped up, Odyssey Jones video, it was odd to me that on Instagram, how many females in NXT locker room were showing him support. There was Kaden Carter, Jada Parker, Nakia Lyons, B-Fab, and so many others. Even people that don't even work there anymore, like scripts, Cindy Akeem, who's not a girl, obviously, but these are people. These are people that worked with WWE for a long time. But that kind of raised my eyebrow because they taking a big chance going public in supporting Odyssey Jones while he's being accused of domestic violence. And I that was great to see, honestly, because if these people are willing to put their names and their WWE tags on their support for Odyssey Jones, then they know something that we don't know. And then it comes out the very next day. Amari Palmer, Odyssey Jones granted order of protection against ex-partner for alleged harassment. This is from WrestleNomics. Court records indicate that former WWE wrestler Odyssey Jones, real name Amari Palmer, was granted an order of protection against his former partner in September of 2024, shortly after reports were emerged about his release from WWE. So he got an order of protection because this person is indeed harassing him, and it was harassing him on social media, which I just read the tweets, and that was happening in July. He was being harassed by this person. They continued by saying that Palmer's determination by WWE was reportedly related to domestic violence allegations, although the company has never publicly commented on the reasons for his release. It says in his petition to the judicial system in Florida, Palmer alleged he was the target of multiple instances of harassment and threats from his ex-partner. Just, I hate this language. I hate this new language. It was probably an ex-girlfriend, okay? Stemming from an incident that happened on a cruise ship in May of 2024. So again, I read the tweets, right? This person, we're assuming is a woman, said they went on a cruise ship for his birthday, which was in May of 2024, and that is allegedly where she claimed he abused her. Turns out it was the other way around. She abused him and harassed him afterwards. Let me read that again. It says, Palmer alleged he was the target of multiple instances of harassment and threats from his ex-partner stemming from an incident on a cruise ship in May of 2024, which he says included physical attacks against him. Palmer claimed, according to court filings, that his ex-partner's behavior was escalating and he felt he was indeed imminent danger. Then it says post-wrestling / WrestleNomics has decided to not name his partner because she's not a public figure. So you say it's female, but you don't say partner. Again, it's a person. These gender neutral language, bro. Use appropriate language. We all know what we're talking about. Legal documents were used by Post Wrestling do not include statements from Palmer's ex-girlfriend. I'm changing language now. In an effort to obtain her side of the story, we reached out to her email address believed to belong to Palmer's ex-girlfriend, but did not receive a response. So they're claiming they emailed the girl. Interesting. To date, that'll be January 16, 2024. There are no known criminal charges or arrests that have been made related to these instances. The Florida court on September 6, 2024, first granted Palmer a temporary injunction of protection against dating violence, court order to restrict contact or proximity with the person named in the petition, often in response to allegations of abuse or harassment. So he got his first protection order in the same month he was fired. and the judge has extended the order twice. First for 2 months on September 17th through November the 17th, 2024, and then again last Monday on January the 6th, 2025, for an additional 3 years into early 2028. This means Palmer will continue to have legal protection against any contact or harassment from his ex-girlfriend during this period. But Palmer's petition indicates that he and his ex-girlfriend began dating in 2017, but separated in 2018. He claims he had an order of protection against her in 2018 in New York. So they have a history of this being the other way around. On social media, for months, we've heard nothing but Odyssey Jones was a woman beater. That's why he was fired. He's a piece of shit. Ruined his life. In reality, he had been dealing with this crazy bitch for 6 years. 6 years of dealing with a crazy bitch. And nobody ever sat down and said, you know what? Maybe we ought to mind our business until we know all the facts. Or until he's actually arrested for something, it is what it is. She can say whatever she wants. We can't act on anything because we can't just take her word for it. She has to go to the cops. She has to file a police report or something. No! Soon as he became a public figure, she can say whatever she wants because it's very, very hard to win a defamation case if you're a public figure. Soon as he started wrestling on TV, which was after 2018, he became a public figure. He became easier to defame him. Now tell me how that's appropriate uses of the law. So continuing, let's read that part again. So he claims he had an order of protection against her in 2018 in New York. He added that she attempted to fire order of protection against him at the time as well. He stated in the petition that her case was denied. The relationship resumed in August of 2023. According to Palmer, although they did not live together. So he broke up with her and he got back with her because bad dick discipline. That's the problem here. Bad dick discipline. Palmer also mentioned in December 2023 incident at a hotel in Fort Lauderdale in which he alleges his ex-girlfriend showed up uninvited and unannounced and attacked me in front of my friends and other witnesses. This is 5 months before it became this Turk. This is 5 months before he takes this girl on a trip, by the way. Odyssey Jones comes across as a teddy bear. I legit feel sorry for this dude. But he did this to himself. The bitch was crazy 6 years ago. You take her back, you break her with her again or whatever, then she shows up unannounced at the hotel, attacks you in front of people, and you take this bitch on a trip? I'm going to assume that this was a high school girlfriend. I'm going to assume that this is Ossie's first girlfriend or the first woman he's ever had sex. This got to be something here. For Oz Jones to be this attached to this woman for as long as he has, for the amount of abuse he's gone through, that means they have known each other since they were kids. Had to. Either that or either the coochie is so amazing, the devil's coochie is so good, he can't resist it. He can't resist it. That box is the Niagara Falls. And he just can't get away. Whatever that cat be calling, he just gotta go to it. That shit got a chokehold on him. This is unreal. Read this part again. Palmer also mentioned on December 2023 incident at a hotel in Fort Lauderdale, which he alleged his ex-girlfriend showed up unannounced and uninvited and attacked me in front of my friends and witnesses. One of the incidents described in the petition allegedly occurred during a May 2024 cruise in the Caribbean, where Palmer alleges his ex-girlfriend, intoxicated, physically attacked him. Quote, he believed I interacted inappropriately with another female. Palmer petition to the court stated about the incident on a cruise ship. She became increasingly more irate and started punching, slapping, and kicking me. She was screaming at me the whole time. I took to defend myself from her by hugging her arms, holding her by her side. Odyssey Jones is a big fucking guy. A big guy, gang. Who's going to look at that guy and say he's being abused? And take it seriously. We hear all this shit about domestic violence as such a serious crime. Except for when it's happening to a man. Palmer claims that his ex-girlfriend was taken into custody on the ship and removed from the room they shared. He believed that she was later picked up from her. He believed he was later picked up by her family. So he left her there. Good job. Good job. He left the bitch there. Good job. He left her on the ship. Good job, Odyssey. Then Palmer continued saying, after the incident, she had made numerous threats to get me back in any way she can. She has made up lies about me and went as far as to contact my new place of employment and succeeded in getting me fired this week. So she harassed WWE until they just gave in and said, forget it. It ain't worth it. Damn. It continues by saying Palmer states that he had filed a related police report with the Maitland Police Department in Florida alleging stalking. So he went to the cops and said, hey, she's stalking me. Palmer resides in Orange County. Court records indicates his ex-girlfriend currently lives in New York State. Damn. Palmer is originally from Brooklyn, New York, according to his Instagram account. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, have mercy. All this stuff happened because all this stuff has happened, and now one person has apologized to this guy. I saw on Twitter when this came out, everybody turned a blind eye to it. If this was proven to be true, there'd be fuck Odyssey Jones tweets, all that stuff all over the place. But once again, once their assumption is wrong, they just move on from it. They just act like nothing happened. This man's life, his career, was snatched away from him because of a bitter bitch of a girlfriend. And nobody has apologized for it. Not only did he not do it, he was the victim. And not only was he the victim, but he had been abused and threatened and harassed by this woman for years. Now it's his dumbass fault for taking her back. But this has been something that's been going on for years. Not one apology. Nobody that was so quick to throw his name under the bus as a domestic abuser is willing to go on record and say, hey, he should get his job back. This wasn't his fault. See, the internet's so quick to throw you in the gulags. just because of some unknown person somewhere said you did something, i.e., what's happening with Jada Parker right now, which I just did a video on that. Nobody knows who this person is that accused Odyssey Jones. The wrestling media knows her. They know her name, but they're keeping it a secret. Look, man, this is awful. This is horrible. This young man, his entire life is, he had a wonderful opportunity to travel the world, to be a professional wrestler and a professional athlete. It was all taken away. This man was going to he was going to be put in a prime position. He was going to be with the New Day. In WWE, that's a big spot. He was pretty much going to be the replacement for Biggie Langston. That's a big spot he was going to be in. And it was taken away because he had a crazy girlfriend. And it never once occurred to anybody to look into it. Now, you could probably ask the question, why didn't he bring that to WWE? Why didn't he say, well, I got to order protection against this girl before? She's still crazy. She's still bothering me. She's probably the one calling y'all. But are they going to believe him? Is WWE going to believe him? Who would have believed him? Who would have taken him seriously? He would have to bring all the paperwork. And then it still might be true. So you're going to err on the side of caution and just fire the guy. And this is incredibly, incredibly unfair. But that's the world we live in, folks. That's the world we live in. The guy lost his job because he had a crazy girlfriend. That's not the first wrestler that this has happened to. Remember what happened to Enzo Amore? He lost his job because he had sex with some girl and she claimed it was grape. There have been wrestlers, I'm sure. Was it Drew McIntyre? Or was it Rhino? It was one of them. Where the wife threw. I think it was. I think it was Drew McIntyre. I think it was Drew McIntyre that lost his job. I think it was. I forgot who. I forgot what. I forgot. People in the comment, like, what was it? I know his wife was a wrestler at the time. But anyway, Drew McIntyre was in a hotel room. The wife got aggressive. She was throwing shit at Drew. She got aggressive. And Drew got fired because she went nuts. Even on a lower level, people that I know in my personal life, people have lost their jobs. People have lost custody of, people have pretty much like lost the ability to see their child because the woman was fucking insane and abusive. He decides, look, I'm still going to take care of my kid, but I'm leaving your ass. And then she can call the cops and say, oh, you going to leave me, officer? He hit me. He abused me. And without looking into it, custody goes to the baby mama. When it's women, it's a gigantic conversation. But this is happening to guys. And people just turning the other cheek. Amber Heard said it. She said it to Johnny Depp. She told Johnny Depp, no one's going to believe you, Johnny. You know, it's clear as day. It was clear as day that Amber Heard was fucking crazy. She is pretty much admitting, yeah, I do get physical. But guess what, Johnny? No one's going to believe you. And in a sick way, she was right. For the longest time, no one did believe her. In fact, his career is still suffering because of the shit he had to go through with Amber Heard. It's disgusting. Now, when it comes to Odyssey Jones, he may get his job back. But this is forever in the public that he was accused of being a domestic abuser. This is unfair. And still, not one person has apologized to this man. Not one. And to everybody that accused this man, that threw this man under the bus, that called him an abuser and a piece of shit whatsoever, you all need to get on your fucking knees and apologize to this man because y'all are pieces of shit. Y'all are rotten hell for it. Complete, utter bullshit what this man had to go through. And this is another example of, once again, before we assume, before we just throw people under the bus, and before we just call somebody or label somebody, let's listen to both sides of the story and see which one has more weight. And then, if it looks like said accused person is the abuser, then give them the punishment. But if we don't get none of that, shut the hell up. This is Primetime Podcast. Hit the like, subscribe button. I'll talk to y'all later.